So you life is a balance, but balance is not necessarily a full scope of truth of what the how we think about balance is not the full thing of it. But looking at it on one end of it, figuring out how to not burn out and overdo yourself when it comes to training and doing basketball, because sometimes you see so many players that go through high school and they just get burnt out by senior year, or they're going all the way to college and they just get burnt out and they're just done with it. So how can you avoid being one of those players who just get burnt out and just done with basketball? And I think it's kind of a two. It falls into one or two things. So it's one side of it where you just lose the love and motivation of it. Like you just lose you run out of gas. You burnt out, and all the gas and energy that you had to go play basketball is gone. You lost all of it. And I think that you have to figure out how to find new fuel now. So, at some point, trains ran off of coal, and then they had to upgrade and change that to where they had a new source of fuel. Cars before were gas and some diesel, but now we have electric cars and some. I think they have even solar power cars, which is a whole other thing. But you have to find a new energy source, new fuel tank to drive yourself off of now. But some cases that's not enough for you. There's the other half of it now where you're thinking about um, diversifying your assets, not putting all your eggs in one basket. When I say that, I mean um, you don't want to go all in on basketball so soon to where every day you're pouring in gas into that one tank of basketball, basketball, basketball. You get overdone with it. You have to have something outside of the game of basketball to come back to where you don't get burnt out now. So if I had a car and the tires, I'm just driving on tires all the time. I never give them a break. I never give them a chance to stop and just not, you know, do their thing. Those tires are going to get bad a lot sooner than they should because I don't give them a break and give a chance to do the other half of what tires do, which is just exist. They're not tires aren't exist solely to just drive all the time. I'm gonna get burnt out pretty soon. Or the car itself, then there are pieces in the car that aren't meant to just drive 24/7, 365 nonstop. Because if the car say has a 10-year warranty on it, it's supposed to last a good 10 years as long as nothing crazy like gets flooded or something happens, then you burn that car out in year three, something's wrong because you drove it way more than what the requirement was for it. What I'm saying going at with that is sometimes you go into basketball, we early specialize in mentally. I'm just talking about the mental side of going into basketball too soon as that you just get burnt out of the same process and routine of waking up, going to the gym and lifting, going to the gym and shooting around, training at night. You get burnt out during that process so often because it's some so mundane and so routine it get bland for you to where it's just like I am done. You took all the life out of it now. So don't put all your eggs in one basket so soon. So playing other sports when you're growing up and not just doing basketball all the time, taking the weekends off or taking a week off here and there to where you can refuel, going back to the first part, of refueling yourself with other things outside of basketball. So you might play another sport for a week. You might go to a trip and go out of town and not touch the basketball. You might still lift a little bit, whatever, but more likely you don't need to. You feel me? So it's not necessarily about not doing other stuff, I mean, not doing basketball solely, never doing other stuff, but you get to touch and dabble to little other things to where you're not burning that car out, specifically the basketball car out, so soon and so early because you sprinkle in other moments and little breaks and stuff. So give that car a break of just not doing basketball 24/7 because you're gonna wear out everything that you have within that vehicle a lot sooner than you should, and just figuring out new fuel to pour in. And then just the last part might be the hardest pill to swallow, but it might just not be for you. You just might not be built for what it takes to be at the level you plan to be. You might not be built to play college basketball. You might not be built to play pro basketball, and that's perfectly fine. Because if you're burnt out in this, then that might not be the thing that fuels you and gets you up every morning to where you can make it long term. Have to play a long term game and not just short minded, short sighted stuff, man. So first figure out where your motivation and fuel is coming in at. Second, dabble in and take a little breaks and not put all your eggs in one basket so soon. Like sprinkle in other sports and sprinkle in other stuff outside the game so you can do it. And have a real real face to face talk, be real with yourself, a little heat check and say, is this for me? Is am I built for this? So That's how you avoid burnout. It's my 5 minutes. See you next week. Wait, wait, hold on. Time out. Hold on real quick. I just got a quick question for you. All right, okay, look. So where did you go? Like, what are you going after right now in your life? Right? Are you looking to make the team? Okay, you didn't make the team, but you're looking to figure out how to make the team coming up. Or maybe you made the team, but you're on the bench, you're not playing like you want to. Or maybe you're playing a little bit like you want to, but you're not a starter, or you're not finishing the games like you want to. Or maybe you're the player, but you're just not quite where you want to be as far as recognizing your county or maybe your conference or your state, whatever you're trying to be recognized at. Um, Whatever your goal is, I want you to forget about that. Like put it put it on the board or something, write it down in your phone and just put it somewhere and tuck it away. I want you to take that goal, throw it over there, and now I want you to write a new one, right? I want you to write PROGRESS. Progress. I want you to make progress your goal. Okay? So take that big goal that you have now and take it, put it in your back pocket, and just figure out how to make progress and work towards that goal. Because sometimes we get so caught up on the goal of the end goal where we want to be that we don't keep working forward and working towards that goal like we should be. So every day I want you to wake up and figure out how to just make progress. How can I be better today than I was yesterday? It's new tomorrow. The same exact thing. Figure out how can I be better today than I was yesterday. It doesn't matter how good you are or what you did yesterday. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Your goal today is to make progress, be better than you was yesterday. And so if you need a reminder about that, all I want you to do is to have a reminder. I want you to go ahead and get one of these hoodies. Or you get you a t-shirt. I got a couple options for you. So get you a hoodie or a t-shirt just to remind yourself, just to keep it as a memento to be like, man, today's goal is to make progress. My only goal is to make progress. Progress is the only goal. So if that fits you and you feel like you need to make progress to be your goal, go ahead and hit the link in the description below and invest into yourself. Invest into that reminder. Treat it like an alarm clock to remind you that you need to make progress. Make sure that you're focused and being intentional about the work that you have today. So progress is the only goal. Hit the description below to invest into yourself. It's not about me. Investing into yourself to remind yourself that progress is my goal for today. So that's enough for me, man. I hope I didn't interrupt you. Get back to the episode.